One thing that I find is missing from pro wrestling right now, and I won't say pro wrestling, I'll say it's WWE, is the heel GM or heel owner, whatever you want to call it, the authority figure that's clearly working for the bad guys. We need that back. If you go back in time, the greatest feud of all time in any company is Stone Cold versus Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon, the greatest heel character of all time, and arguably the best babyface of all time, anti-establishment, of course, is Stone Cold Steve Austin. That week to week, month to month, year to year is one of the best long-term storytelling that is around in professional wrestling. Why? You have the evil owner, the evil GM, the evil CEO try to stack the deck week after week against the babyface. And that's how you get the biggest pops. Stone Cold probably has, if there's like a top 10 of loudest pops in wrestling, Stone Cold's probably like in 5 of them. And we need that back. We need heel GMs to come in and just interfere in matches, stack the deck, just get fans' bloods boiling. And if you look back in time, we've had so many, well, I wouldn't say so many, but a couple of the best eras in Raw are from just having the worst possible GM. I'll start with Eric Bischoff. His 2 to 3 year run as the Raw general manager was some of the best post-Attitude Era wrestling that I've ever watched. He introduced so many cool elements that just made for a chaotic program every week. The Raw Roulette Wheel, the Elimination Chamber, HLA, if you guys remember that, not suitable for work. But anyway, looking back at like the Raw Roulette Wheel, it was a freaking spin wheel that just dictated what matches people were going to be in. And we obviously knew he was rigging it. We obviously knew it was rigged. But at least it added that like, oh my God, what is really going to happen tonight element. And it made your baby faces have to overcome some of the most ridiculous setups of all time. But that led to the feel-good moment, the buy-in, the what you really wanted. They could be getting their ass beat week after week by Eric and whatever shit that he had to throw at them. And the PLE would come, and whoever was his target obviously ended up winning or getting their comeuppance or retribution, and ultimately it just led to an all-time moment. Eric's ability to just piss off a crowd, annoy people from the start of the show. If you guys remember, in the Raw intros, they have this moment of great main event, whatever, classy, Freddie Blassie, all that stuff. He would put his face before the show began. He just had that smirk, and it just pissed everybody off because it's like, wow, he really is in control of everything. It was just fantastic. His entrance music. I didn't want to make this an Eric Bischoff video, but I'm just telling you, his era of wrestling was fantastic. He introduced so many great elements, and it just really made for good television. Then you look on the other side of that, you had the face GM. He often was going to battle with Stephanie McMahon. Sometimes I was literally watching Raw and SmackDown just to see what Eric Bischoff and Stephanie McMahon were doing. Like, it was just great TV. And then it also gives a lot of people that don't get like a lot of screen time, a lot of on-air time to really blossom. Like, man, he rode with whoever his favorites were. And then you had a bunch of baby faces on the other side that were automatically anti-Bischoff or anti-Steph or for Steph or for Bischoff. Like, it was just a perfect time to be a wrestling fan because it just created this chaos and animosity. If you look at what's going on right now, no disrespect, they're great guys. Nick Aldis, Adam Pearce, fantastic, right? But they're both kind of good guys. They're both face. We don't really get that animosity. You don't really get, it doesn't get your blood going. It doesn't do much outside of them obviously making the lives of the heel guys a living hell. Like, obviously, we see what Nick Aldis has going on with Drew McIntyre, and that's cool. But I really want our GMs to get involved with the storylines, get involved with the matches, stack the deck a little bit, make things a little bit more intriguing. Have you had any other bad guy GMs? I'm obviously probably missing some of them, but there was a moment, Vickie Guerrero was a heel GM, and she would try to stack the deck. You know, it's obviously one of the best not post Vince McMahon, he was still there, but the McMahon-Helmsley era, that was, Triple H was the king of stacking the deck against his own foes. Every week, Stone Cold, The Rock, would have to take on like 20 dudes coming down to the ring, and just, it created the biggest moments. It created the biggest pops. It made you despise Triple H every single week for cheating. It made you hate Stephanie because obviously she just, screwed over her father, and now she's running with Triple H DX. Like, it just created the most entertaining times that you would have as a wrestling fan. So I think right now they're missing out on an opportunity, and I think Triple H should be an on-screen character again. Don't call him Triple H. Call him Paul Levesque. Paul Levesque will piss people off. Because why? It's too formal. It's too je ne sais quoi, or whatever you want to call it. He right now has a lot of genuine heat and a lot of genuine hate based off of what we just saw at Saturday night's main event. Mm. Why? The fans obviously know Triple H is a part of creative. He's a part of booking. Why not use that and put him as an on-screen character again? While I was in that audience in Washington and they booed the hell out of Triple H, I was like, yo, he better come in the ring Monday night and just look at people and smirk. I felt that would have just been absolutely great TV. He did technically do it at the post show when he went into the streets of Washington on the desk with the post show guys, and basically looked at the crowd that was booing him from behind him and said, "Oh, I thought this was going to be a lot louder." That's what you need to do. But do it on Raw. Do it on SmackDown. Start getting involved in decisions with your GMs. Start influencing them. Try to say, hey, you know what? Let's stack the deck in this guy's favor. He has that ability. I don't know why we're not doing it. I know Triple H has obviously had some previous health concerns, and we wish him well and we want the best for him. So we don't want him wrestling again, but he doesn't need to wrestle again. He just needs to be the true authority figure that, for instance, The Rock should have been. We don't know what happened with The Rock. We're not going to ask any more questions because clearly that is over. But I truly feel if we put Triple H back on as a regular on-screen character, because why not? He's there every week. He's in Gorilla every week, as we've seen on WWE Unreal. So it wouldn't be really much more effort to just put him on the top of the show, the end of the show, and just have him just annoy the hell out of the audience, maybe influence the GMs a bit, reintroduce a heel authority figure. We've seen him do it before when he was the authority with Stephanie McMahon rolling with Orton and Seth Rollins. But even that, I felt the flavor wasn't as strong as it was back in the day. I think right now with the heat that he's generated from the retirement tour, just booking decisions overall, he could be in that Eric Bischoff type vibe as an owner. If it just so happens to be, canning one of these face GMs, I guess you got to do it. Why not? Just make something new, bring some intrigue, bring some animosity. I feel like they really are missing out on using his lore, his history, and what Triple H, the game, would have brought as, a heel owner. Let me know what you guys think. Should WWE bring back Triple H as a regular on-screen character? Could he recreate some of that, heel GM hate that we've seen previously that made wrestling so good back in the day? I think he could.